welcome back to another episode of Life with Z. In this week's episode, we're going to be giving my office a makeover. So we're here at my office right now, and this is our before. So as you can see, we have a bright orange wall over here. We have lots of nail holes to patch and paint over on this wall, and then we're going to just decorate it and make it feel a lot more like me. So let's get started. It wouldn't be a renovation video without Greg here to help with the heavy lifting and his power tools. So first things first, we'll take down these floating shelves so that we can get this wall prepped and ready for a fresh coat of paint. I cannot wait to say goodbye to this bright orange. It is not my style at all, and I'm ready for a nice soft pink to brighten up the space. With a new position I took at work in the last year, one of the perks was this new office space. So Greg is helping me make it my own, and we inherited a few issues like all of these screws that were left on this wall over here. So Greg got to quick work removing all the wall anchors, sanding the holes, and getting them filled with spackle so we could give this wall a fresh coat of white paint. Okay, here is the current state of things. We got the shelves off the wall. Here are the paint color choices. Thinking we're gonna go with this rose embroidery. The orange is really throwing it off, but it's a nice dusty pink. Got the desk moved out over here. And then Greg has this wall all spackled. So this is our before. Now, time to make it look a lot more my style. What do you think, babe?
We're doing it.
After getting all the walls sanded and prepped, we got to work taping off all the baseboard and trim so that we could paint as neat as possible, and kept shifting the desk out of the way. Working in this tight space was a little tricky, but we were able to get it done. So here I am just taping off the edges of that orange wall so we can get ready to put on the pink paint, and that can't come soon enough. I am so ready.
See the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for.
While I finished taping up the baseboards, Greg got to work with a fresh coat of white paint on that wall that we just finished spackling. After letting all of the spackle dry and sanding it, it was time for this fresh coat of paint to go on, and something as simple as fresh white paint really goes a long way, making the space feel a lot brighter, cleaner, and newer. So I was so happy to see how good this looked, and it was really simple. Since we color matched the paint, we didn't have to be super detailed around the edges. It was really just covering the main surface areas. And now it is finally time to cover this orange with this beautiful rose embroidery pink. We picked up this paint from Sherwin-Williams, and I was going for a bit of a muted dusty rose color. It really went on quite a bit lighter in the beginning when it was wet, but as the paint dried, it got to be more of that dusty rose color. And with this being a candy office, it was really giving that bubblegum pink look, which I absolutely love. If you guys are new here, my day job is working in candy sales, and so the theme for this office is everything sweet, from the bubblegum pink paint to our candy art and decor. We're really going for that sugary sweet theme. After getting the first coat of paint on both walls, we took a moment to do some of the fine detail work around the edges, from the cabinetry to the trim around the room, just to make sure all those little details were taken care of. And then while Greg worked on a second coat, I touched up some of the spots around the office that needed a fresh coat of white paint. After letting all the paint dry overnight, we came back the next day to finish up those final details, and Greg got up on the ladder to get those hard to reach places and do some final edging so we could wrap up this pink wall. And I absolutely love how it turned out. The pink color really came to life so well. Not only is it my favorite color, but it just feels so bright and fun and perfect for the candy theme. Once he finished that, we got the desk pushed back into its proper place and all situated so that we could start getting the shelves back on the wall and get to the fun part of decorating.
If I want, let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better.
Once the floating shelves were all installed, I took a moment to wipe down all the surfaces and make sure everything was nice and clean before we started decorating. As you can see, the office space is really starting to come together, and we have a great blank slate to decorate and make it really feel like my own. I brought quite a few pieces from my home office, from some of my favorite business books to a few faux plants and some awards that I've won. Really tried to make it feel like my own space, and then took a second to set up my monitors and just get a feel for what setup would work best. I know it's going to take a little time to get settled into the new place, but already I'm really loving having all this extra space. Now to hang up some of the art that I had printed. I found all of these prints on Etsy and had them printed at Staples on their matte poster board, and then we just framed them in some simple frames from Hobby Lobby. I actually wouldn't recommend these frames. They were pretty challenging to use. I got them for a good price, so we made them work. And then the finishing touch was this gallery light from Amazon, and I absolutely love the extra drama that this adds. It really creates a feature on this wall and makes it feel so elevated. It's a rechargeable light, and it attaches with a magnet, so you can simply remove the light portion to charge it and then put it back up with the magnet, and it creates this beautiful gallery look. I actually ordered 2 more of these lights so we can have one above each picture. So just waiting on those to come from Amazon, but I'll be sure to link it in the description box below because I think this light is such a great find. And then finally, the finishing touch is my glass gummy bears. Greg got these for me this past Valentine's Day from Michael's. I don't think they have them anymore, but they are so cute and absolutely perfect for my candy themed office. The final touch will be to add some of my office supplies to my desk. I have some pens and highlighters, a little stapler, tape dispenser, and my gummy bear notebook. So we'll get everything put in its place before we add the office chairs back to the room, as well as this faux tree that is not my favorite, but another thing I've inherited. So that'll be the next thing on our shopping list. We'll look for a much cuter faux plant to finish off my office. But now let me give you the final tour. All right, you guys, here's the final office. Look how beautiful this pink wall is. All nice and clean and fresh. And this is my favorite wall, a fresh coat of white paint. And we have our framed pictures, and we're gonna add 2 more of those lights, one over each picture. They're just still in the mail. And then I have my cutie little glass gummy bears down here on display. And then over here, a closer look at the shelves. And I've got all my little office supplies and my notebook. And that's it. I love how it came together. It's so me, and I can't wait to work in here. And at night with the lights off, got a nice little ambiance over here. All right, you guys, that's all for this week's video. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Bye!